Daniel Dodson here, HammerItTennis.com, and most of you have been probably told that you need to be more consistent players, and the first step in becoming a more consistent player is understanding how the ball spins. In the game of tennis, there are three ways that we can hit a ball across the net. One with topspin, second way underspin, or the third way is with no spin. And the key is to understand how when the ball is moving with each of these spins or no spin, how that affects the trajectory of the ball as it flies through the air. When I ask most players what happens to the ball with the different spins, most of the time they only answer how the ball bounces. This is just a secondary effect of how the ball is moving through the air. The key to understand the spin is the trajectory that the ball has as it flies through the air. And that's the first step in becoming a more consistent player, is so that you can then later aim those trajectories. Let's take a look at golf for a second and how players learn to aim their shots in golf. When a player in golf is learning to hit their shot, they work on learning a consistent trajectory. And then whenever they go play, they know how the ball flies at that trajectory, and then they can aim it to their target. Tennis should be very similar. We need to learn on a consistent trajectory and then how to manipulate the trajectory for the shot that we want. And so let's look at how spin's created. Whenever I ask most players what happens to the ball because of the spin, they usually talk about the bounce. So when I say what happens to the ball when you hit topspin, they usually say that the ball bounces high. However, it's important to understand whenever the ball spins with topspin, it makes the ball dip low. And vice versa, when I say what happens with underspin, they say it makes the ball stay low. However, on the bounce, that's correct, but in the air, whenever you hit a ball with underspin, it makes it go up. The reason is, as the ball spins, the ball has an irregular surface with grooves and the felt on the ball itself. When the ball spins forward, air gets stuck on the ball. As the oncoming air meets the ball, it's like two weather systems colliding, and it creates a pocket of high pressure, which pushes the ball down for topspin. When the ball has underspin, the pocket of air builds up on the bottom, and it pushes the ball up. This is the same as in golf. That's why the golf ball has dimples, so that the ball, when it spins, it goes further in the air. In golf, whenever a player strikes a golf ball, they hit down, the ball spins with underspin, and it makes the ball go up in the air. But most tennis players, when you ask them what happens to underspin, they say that it skids low, which is why most players float a lot of their underspin and their slice backhand shots long, because the ball in the air actually floats up. The third type of spin is actually the absence of spin, which is a flat shot. Whenever a player hits a flat shot, the ball has little to no spin on it at all. This is probably the worst type of shot we can hit in tennis, because the ball is totally subject to the forces of gravity. Whenever you hit a ball, if you have to hit it up to go over the net, gravity is pulling the ball down. However, gravity is slow, and that's why a lot of your shots go long if you're not hitting much topspin. So it's very important to hit topspin to drive the ball down on a hard shot. We can use underspin for various shots too, but it's important to know that the ball will rise. So that's why you usually strike down at the underspin shot to make the ball go down, and then as it rises, it goes up and over the net. So the key is to understand how, when you hit the ball, the trajectory is, so then you can later aim it. For more, be sure to check us out at HammerItTennis.com or shoot us an email with your questions at DanielDodson@HammerItTennis.com.